Jeff Curl, Lance Dame, Jeff Leka. 7L Jay Ledford, H28 David Henderson, racing underway. So Lance Dame, Jeff Curl, and Jeff Leka to make it 3 wide. Give it to Lance Dame. Dame down the backstretch. Stack him up 2 wide, right behind him. It'll be Jeff Leka and Jeff Curl. Curl will file in for second. Leka third, and Jay Ledford caution out. Green flag, we're back underway. Lance Dame will take it to the top shelf. Here comes Jay Ledford. Dame will pull along Ledford. Now Curl and Leka file in for the top 4 spots. It's Lance Dame, Jay Ledford, Jeff Curl, and Jeff Leka. Dame will work the high side. Jay Ledford, Jeff Leka, Jeff Curl. Curl the lone duck to the inside. Henderson with problems. He'll pull off the speedway. 2 in the books, 4 to go. Curl trying to size up Leka. Leka better the 2. He's third. Jay Ledford second. Lance Dame your leader so far. 3 in the books, 3 to go. Halfway home. Dame looking strong here in the trophy dash. 3-car lengths your leader. Leka will pull off the speedway. 2 to go this time by for Lance Dame. White flag will fly. 1 to go this time for Lance Dame. 7L Jay Ledford second. C12 Jeff Curl third. Final time around a quarter mile. Winning the trophy dash. Race fans, a nice round of applause for D1, Lance Dame. So as he comes down here to victory lane, the Durante Hagman and Company, again Sonic America's Drive-In out of Bloomington, Pontiac RV, Driscoll Motors, Fusion Graphics and Sign Company, Yoder, Woodworking and Construction. As he climbs out, race fans, how about it for Lance Dame? Walters Web Design and .com. Also Full Throttle Towing and Auto Body. As Sportsman will be next, we'll jump in and get a word real quick with Lance. Tell you what, Lance, some kind of hard luck here to begin the year, but tonight in the Trophy Dash, car looked good. How'd the track feel?
I don't know if I can figure out how to get into 3, it'd be all right, but the rest of the track don't feel too bad, but I haven't figured out how to get into 3 on top yet. I catch that rut, and I moved down about a car, and it's still a rut there, so I know all the rain, we can't hardly help that, but we'll have to figure something out for that.
Well, you're starting on the pole of a heat race. Good luck tonight. D1 race fans, how about it for Lance Dame? Sportsmen are coming. 16, Nick Macklin. 01, Dustin Mounts. 90, Dan Flesner. 46, Donnie Sablon. 14, C. Allen Crowder. 8 fast laps, Sportsman style. They'll find green runner way. So it's Nick Macklin will work to the inside. Caution out early in this one. Blonde, 14, C. Allen Crowder, and 9D, Dan Flesner. 8 fast laps, Sportsman style. They'll look for green off at turn number 4. Our first official race of the evening, set and ready to go. All cars transfer to the A main. We're back underway. Cars locked into tonight's feature event. Again under the passing point system. They'll look for green. Third time's a charm. We're back underway. So Holst will work to the high side, Macklin to the inside. Mounts there in third, Crowder fourth. Sablon rounds out the field. Lap number 1 going to go in the books. Your leader going to be Ben Holst. Here comes 16, Nick Macklin. Holst, a big cloud of smoke down the backstretch. Macklin will work to his inside. Can't make the pass. Holst will lead lap 2. Dustin Mounts right there in third. Crowder rounds out your top 4. Here comes Dustin Mounts in 0-1. He'll pull up to the bumper of 16, Nick Macklin. That'll be the battle for position number 2. Meanwhile, Macklin will go after Ben Holst for the lead. Bumper to bumper down the back stretch. Slide job over in turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he can pull it off. He can. Holst will still be your leader. 2 to go. Ben Holst, Nick Macklin, Dustin Mounts ready to strike there in third. Crowder in fourth. White flag will fly. 1 to go this time by. Macklin now make a charge to the high side. Holst is there to cut him off. It allows Mounts to reel him in. White flag, 1 to go. Macklin a slide jab over in turn 2. Can't pull it off. Here comes Dustin Mounts. Final charge down the backstretch. Final lap, Holst to the middle. Macklin will work to the inside. Here comes Dustin Mounts. Final time off 4. Give it to Ben Holst. So Dustin Mounts comes home third. 16, Nick Macklin will come home second. And your winner in the Don Z Farms H6. Race fans, how about it for H6? Ben Holst, winner of heat race number 1. So here we go, final heat for the UMP Sportsman. They'll look for green off turn 4, looks good. Give them green, where we go. Kenny Carmichael will show the way down the backstretch. Richie Rich and Rod Rusher. Here comes Dave Slade. Problems for Tim Baum at 00. He'll pull to the infield, we'll stay under green. Kenny Carmichael gonna lead lap number 1. Looks like Tim Baum gonna refire, he's back onto the speedway. Kenny Carmichael, Richie Rich, Rod Rusher, Dave Crowley, and Dave Slade, Jason Meyer. The 4 car, Cody Bauman. Cars spread out just a bit. 5 car lengths to your leader. Richie Rich runs second, Rusher third, Dave Crowley Jr. fourth. Fifth will be Slade, Meyer sixth. Now Rod Rusher making it work to the inside. Goes to work on 32R Richie Rich. Meanwhile, here comes 25, C25, Dave Crowley Jr. Crowley Jr. will size up the 44 Rod Rusher. They'll go side by side. Good battle for that third spot. Rusher to the inside, Crowley to the outside. Rusher going to hold the spot. 3 to go. Now Rusher will work to the outside, Crowley back to the inside. Good battle for that third spot. Richie Rich second. Your leader, Kenny Carmichael, with 2 to go. White flag, 1 to go this time by. Final time, race fans, off turn number 4, your winner, 92, Kenny Carmichael. So Dave Crowley Jr. comes home 4th, 3rd will go to 44, Rod Rusher. 2nd will go to 32R, Richie Rich. And your winner, once again, ladies and gentlemen, of Sportsman Heat 2, number 92, Kenny Carmichael. D1, Lance Dame, 44, Roger Carey. McKay Winger and Chevy Miller make up the first couple of rows. 8 fast laps. UMP open wheel modified style. 3 heats tonight for the modifieds. Cheer them on here in heat number 1. They'll look for green. We're underway. Lansdame will show the where comes McKay Winger. A slide job on Roger Carried. McKay Winger quickly to second. Dame going to be your leader. They'll bring it off at turn number 4. Lansdame, McKay Winger, Roger Carey, and Chevy Miller. So Winger will go to work on Lansdame. Dame will pull him down the backstretch, 2 car lengths. To McKay Winger, Roger Carey, Chevy Miller, Rick Hamilton, and David Henderson. Throw in Steve Keenan. Now Winger will throw a slide jab at D1. Lansdame for the lead off at turn number 2. Dame will hold the point. Winger second. Winger again a slide jab over in 3 and 4. Dame again holds him off. Lansdame, McKay Winger, Roger Carey, and Chevy Miller top 4. Now Winger again will go back to the top shelf. This time he'll try the middle of the track. Dame tries to get it right over in turns 3 and 4. He will, holds the point. So now Winger again will work the high side. Dame right there as well. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. Dame will throw it, Winger will throw a slide job at him over in 1 and 2. Dame holds him off. Winger just letting him know he's there. Now he's going to follow him through 3 and 4. 2 to go this time by for Lansdame. Lansdame, McKay Winger, Roger Carey, and Chevy Miller. Winger again will fire to the high side. This time he slaps the wall. 1 to go for Lansdame. Winger again will try to the inside. Not going to happen down the backstretch. Dame, Winger, Roger Carey, and Chevy Miller. Final time into 3 and off at turn 4. Slide job going to come up empty. Your winner, D1, Lansdame. So Roger Carey comes home third. Second will go to McKay Winger. And your winner in the Sonic of America Livingston Stone Bob Pierce chassis D1 out of Chatsworth. Race fans starting on the pole. Tonight's modified feature winning Heat 1. How about it for Lansdame? Feature event. All cars transfer to the A main. Once again, Jeff Curl and Don Kiger. 8 fast laps. They'll look for green off turn number 4. We're underway. Here comes Ryan Carey in a hurry. Started dead last, quickly to third. They got to work on Don Kiger. Jeff Curl now with problems. Puff of smoke over in turns 3 and 4. Caution out. Well, problems for the 12 of Jeff Curley. Stopped here on the front stretch. So green flag, we're back underway. Don Kiger will show the way. Ryan Carey, Dane Tilstra, and Tim Baum, your top 4. It'll be 74, Jeff Sanford running that 5th position. So now Ryan Carey will go to work on the 0-1 of Don Kiger. Carey will work the high side. Kiger will work right in the middle of the track. Dane Tilstra right there as well. Tilstra pushes just a bit, allows Ryan Carey to get away. Carey now going to go after the 0-1 of Don Kiger. Throw in, here comes 12, Tim Baum. Baum out of Pontiac, Illinois. Ryan Carey will pull up to the bumper of 0-1. Don Kiger side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Kiger pulls away just a bit, car length. Now back to Ryan Carey. Carey sizes him up over in turns 3 and 4. Don Kiger, Ryan Carey, Dane Tilstra, and the 12 of Tim Baum. Kiger a step lower than Ryan Carey. He's going to hold the point, 3 to go. Carey again will try the top shelf, see if he can pull it off this time by Ryan Carey. A power move to the high side on a front stretch. Should have go, he got him. Ryan Carey now your leader. Kiger back to second. Tilstra and Tim Baum battled out for that 3rd spot. White flag, 1 to go this time by. Ryan Carey, Don Kiger. Off turn 4, race fans going to victory lane in heat 2. It is Ryan Carey. So Tim Baum picks up 4th, 3rd. Will go to Dane Tilstra. 2nd will go to 0-1, Don Kiger. Race fans, how about a nice round of applause? Heat 2 winner, 144, Ryan Carey. Jeff Leaka, Jay Ledford, Zane Odewald, and Gary Turpin. All cars transferred to the A main. Winner going to start inside a road 2 in tonight's modified feature event, 8 fast laps. We're underway. Once again, all cars transferred to the A main. Winner going to start 3rd in tonight's feature event. Green flag, we're back underway. So Jeffrey Leaka will take the campaign to the outside, 3 wide momentarily for that 2nd spot. Steve Ewing and Jay Ledford will battle it out. Jeff Leaka right there as well. Give that battle to Jay Ledford at 7L. Ledford 2nd, Ewing 3rd, Leaka 4th. So Jay Ledford not a 2nd, Ewing 3rd. Good run for young Jeffrey Leaka. He's your leader. Ledford, Ewing, Leaka, Turpin, and Zane Odewald. Promise for Ewing gets crossed up. Leaka not a 3rd. So Jeff Leaka will go to work on 7L at Jay Ledford. 3 car lengths back to that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Leaka, your race leader. Jeff Leaka to the inside of 7L, Jay Ledford. Meanwhile, Gary Turpin going to work on Steve Ewing for that 4th spot. 4 in the books, halfway home. Jeffrey Leaka, Jay Ledford. Problems for your leader, Jeffrey Leaka. He's off the speedway. Jeffrey Leaka, your leader, off the speedway. He's going to come to a stop in the backstretch. Caution out. Turpin 4th, Zane Odewald 5th, and now Jeffrey Leaka. 3 to go. They'll look for green. We're back underway. Jeff Leaka out of the inside of Jay Ledford, side by side momentarily. Give it to Jay Ledford. Leaka will go to work on Ledford, drives into 4 much harder. Ledford right there. 3 to go. 2 to go the next time by. Leaka slide jab again. Shows him the nose. Lets him know he's there. Again, Ledford will hold him off. Steve Ewing and Gary Turpin battle for that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, elbows up side by side for the lead. 2 to go, dead even. Jeff Leaka, Jay Ledford. This time he's going to pull it off. Jeff Leaka, now your leader. Ledford back to 2nd. Turpin 3rd. Ewing 4th. White flag will fly. 1 to go. Jeff Leaka, Jay Ledford, Gary Turpin now starts to pressure Jay Ledford here in the final lap. Final time off 4, back to victory lane. How about it for Jeff Leaka? So Steve Ewing comes home 4th, 3rd, will go to 75. Gary Turpin 2nd, will go to 7L. Jay Ledford, and in his Bob Pierce chassis, Mullins Race Engines, Accurate Towing, sponsored 3L. How about a nice round of applause out of Buffalo? 9-time track champion 3L, Jeff Leaka. Looks like he has scratched for heat number 1. Corey Doherty not going to make it out. 8 fast laps, top 4 to the A main. Ryan Unzicker and Derek Chandler. Green flag, we're back underway. Unzicker will take the point to the high side. Here comes Brandon Shepard. He'll go to work on Frank Heckenus Jr. He's in 3rd. 2nd to be Derek Chandler. Here later going to be Ryan Unzicker. Lap number 1. Brandon Shepard sizes up the 35 of Derek Chandler side by side down the backstretch. Good battle for that 2nd spot. Slide job from Brandon Shepard. Chandler holds him off. Hunziker, Chandler, Shepard, and Heckenus, your top four. Brandon Shepard continues to work on the 35 of Derek Chandler, just a step lower down the back stretch. Bumper to bumper for that second spot. Again, a slide job. Chandler on the high side, Shepard to the inside. Hunziker, your leader. Here comes Frank Heckenus Jr. Get some heat in those Hoosiers. Heckenus Jr. now go to work on Brandon Shepard for that third spot. Top four transfer halfway home, 4 in the books, 4 to go. Hunziker, Chandler, Shepard, and Frank Heckenus Jr., your top four. Check that, 2 to go this time by. 2 to go. Ryan Hunziker continues to lead. Get a lap car in DC3 at Don Cisco. Hunziker will work through. Cisco worked to the high sides. They worked through lap traffic. Now 1 to go. Ryan Hunziker, Derek Chandler, Brandon Shepard, and Frank Heckenus Jr. Final time around a quarter mile. Chandler going to throw a slide job. Shepard will work to the high side off turn number 4. Problems for Brandon Shepard. Hunziker, Chandler, Heckenus Jr., and coming home in 4th in the transfer spot will be Chris Dick. So Chris Dick goes to the A main. Frank Heckenus Jr. comes home 3rd. 2nd to be Derek Chandler. Heartbreak for the B5, your winner out of El Paso and his Masters-built chassis. Ryan Competition Racing Engines, RJR Transportation, Proton Automotive 2-4. How about it for Ryan Hunziker? Here we go, race fans, 8 laps.
Oh yeah, they said.
Caution out. Slyke Fager going to get the whole shot down the backstretch. Kid Robinson second. Here comes Dennis Erb quickly. Donnie Walden as well. Fager, Robinson, Erb, and Walden here in lap number 1. Robinson pushes just a bit. Allows Fager to slide by there on the top shelf. Fager and Robinson. Erb will go to work on K-Rob, Kid Robinson. Fager just a bit into the wall. He'll continue on your leader. Robinson's got that Masters-built chassis working. He looks to the inside of Fager and that Bob Pierce chassis for the lead. Fager holds him off. Robinson second. Dennis Erb and that brand new Scott Bloomquist chassis. Walden runs in the transfer spot in 4th. Then it's Hedrick and Kevin Moffitt side by side. Dennis Erb and Kent Robinson for that 2nd spot. Kent Erb will work to the inside of K-Rob for position number 2. Robinson will hold him off. That's a Masters-built chassis. First the Bloomquist chassis. Side by side, Robinson holds him off. 2 to go this time by 6 in the books. Fager shows the way by 6 car lengths back to Kid Robinson and Dennis Erb. Donnie Walden's caught the lead pack. He runs 4. 2 to go. White flag will fly this time by. 1 to go for the high side hustler. Down the backstretch, 1 final time. Race fans off turn 4. Back in victory lane here at Farmer City. Heat 2, going to go to the high side hustler, Jason Fager. So Donnie Walden going to come home 4th. 3rd will go to the Bloomquist chassis 28 at Dennis Erb. 2nd will go to the Masters-built chassis of 7R K-Rob. Kent Robinson's going to the feature event. And your winner. And the La Bamba sponsored Jackson Chase 25. It's Bob Pierce chassis, Ryan Competition Racing Engines. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for the high side hustler, Jason Fager. 12, Kevin Weaver. And a Rayburn Race Car 74, that is Russ Adams. 8 fast laps, top 4 to the A-main. The short, cool one, Bobby Pierce. And Darren Friedman bring him to the stripe. We're underway. Friedman will work to the top shelf. He's your leader down the backstretch. Pierce second, Harlan third, Smith fourth. Bull go to work on those 3 wide for that third spot. Give it to Joe Harlan. Smith fourth in the opening lap. Darren Friedman shows the way. Scott Bull gets into the tire. He continues on. Bull fifth, 1 spot out. Eric Smith fourth, goes to work on Joe Harlan. Harlan bobbles a bit, collects himself, remains in third. Bobby Pierce strong in second. Friedman your leader by 6, making 5 car lengths down the backstretch. Meanwhile, Scott Bull goes to work on Joe Harlan for that transfer spot. Slide jab over in turn 4. Harlan will hold the transfer spot. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Out of KG veteran, out of Gibson City, goes to work. Bull to the inside of Harlan. Side by side for the transfer spot. Bull to the inside, Harlan to the outside. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Darren Friedman, Bobby Pierce, Eric Smith, Joe Harlan, and Scott Bull making Kevin Weaver right there as well. 3 cars under a blanket for the transfer spot. 3 to go. Now Harlan will take it to the inside. Scott Bull right there as well. Bull in that Pierce chassis, Harlan that Warrior chassis. Both cars want the inside. We'll see if Bull can wrestle that transfer spot away from Harlan. 2 to go. Friedman, Pierce, here comes Eric Smith. Smith will work to the outside of Bobby Pierce for that second spot. White flag, 1 to go. Here comes Eric Smith. Pierce second, Smith third, Harlan fourth, but not for long because here comes 83 Scott Bull. Bull go to the top shelf. Harlan to the inside. Watch the battle for that 4th spot. Meanwhile, back up front, Darren Friedman, your winner. Pierce second, Smith third, fourth. Gonna go to Scott Bull. So good heat race action. Scott Bull out of Fairbury comes home 4th. So Scott Bull comes home 4th. He's going to the A-main. 3rd will go to 9, Eric Smith. Couple of Bob Pierce chassis in that top 3 spots. 2nd, and a good run, short, cool 132, Bobby Pierce. And the Pontiac RV, Friedman Racing Engines, Warrior Chassis, number 89, goes back to victory lane here at Farmer City. Ladies and gentlemen, to start outside front row. Check that inside second row. Tonight's feature event winning Heat 3. How about it for Darren Friedman? It's on the front row, Steve Shepard and Roger Brickler. Chuck Mitchell and Greg Kimmons at 53. Curtis Hobbs, final heat for the late models. 8 fast laps, top 4 to the A-main. Pick a favorite, cheer him on. Here we go. Right out of gas Bulls win 99-82. Here we go. Jimmy Dame, Dylan White on the front row. Need a good start off of turn number 4. We'll try it again. Much better. Give him green. Here we go. So Dylan White and Jimmy Dame will battle for that top spot down the back stretch. They work into turns 3 and 4 to be Dylan White. Jimmy Dame. Comes Steve Shepard, senior. Shepard, a slide job. Elbows up. Works to the inside of Jimmy Dame. He's second. And Roger Brickler will go by as well. Brickler to third. Dame all the way back to 4th. Dylan White, Steve Shepard, Jimmy Dame, and Roger Brickler, your top 4 spots. So Dylan White will show the way. Shepard trying to reel him in. Shepard into the wall, allows Jimmy Dame to close in. Good battle for that 5th spot. Looks like 27 of Greg Kimmons. Battle it out with the 117 of Chuck Mitchell. Meanwhile, Roger Brickler going to work on 99 Jimmy Dame. Brickler to the inside. Dame holds him off. Second to be Steve Shepard. And your leader, Dylan White, in 54. Now Dame will work to the inside of 5S Steve Shepard. Can't quite get the car to turn. It pushes just a bit. 2 car lengths to Steve Shepard. Both cars bobble in turn 4, allows Roger Brickler to gather him in. 2 to go. Dylan White, Steve Shepard, Jimmy Dame, and Roger Brickler. White flag, 1 to go for Dylan White. Here comes Roger Brickler once again. Brickler workle to the inside of Jimmy Dame. Dame pushes just a bit, opens up the door for Brickler. Final time off 4 to Crofton, Kentucky. Your winner, Dylan White. Second will go to Steve Shepard. Third, Roger Brickler. Fourth, Jimmy Dame. So fourth will go to Jimmy Dame. Third will go to Roger Brickler there in the last lap. Second will go to Steve Shepard out of New Berlin. And your winner in a Masters-built chassis. Motorstats.com 54. Race fans, we call him Mr. Excitement out of Crofton, Kentucky. Let's hear it for Dylan White. 4 Brad Rogers, 71 Darrell Lehigh, 33 Doug Burbaum, 1 Chris Dick, 8 fast laps, street stock style. Watch him off at turn number 4. So Troy Dotson going to show the way. 18 is Steve Ewing will go to work to the inside of 16 of Rick Gallwood. It comes Darrell Lehigh. 64 Brad Rogers on the move early. 71 of Darrell Lehigh to the inside. It comes Chris Dick, 3 wide. Darrell Lehigh, 71. That is Darrell Lehigh, the meat of the sandwich. He'll be 4. Third will be Allwood. Second will be 18 as Steve Ewing. Your leader will be 21 Troy Dotson. So Chris Dick in 1. 71 Darrell Lehigh, Rick Gallwood, Steve Ewing, and your leader 21 Troy Dotson. Battle for that 5th spot. Doug Burbaum goes to work on 1 of Chris Dick for that 5th spot. Meanwhile, up front, 21 Troy Dotson. Pressured now by 18 Steve Ewing. 4 cars under a blanket for that 3rd spot. Allwood, Lehigh, Chris Dick, and Doug Burbaum. 4 to go. Chris Dick, the man on the move, works his way up to 4th. Now he looks for 3rd underneath the 16 of Rick Gallwood. Steve Ewing will look for the lead off of turn 4 to the inside of Dotson. Dotson will hold him off. Troy Dotson, Steve Ewing, Rick Gallwood, and 1 of Chris Dick. Good side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot. Rick Gallwood to the outside. Chris Dick to the inside. Lehigh watching the battle in 5th. 1 to go. Troy Dotson shows the way 2 car lengths back to Steve Ewing. Then it's Chris Dick, Rick Allwood, and Darrell Lehigh. Final time. Here comes Steve Ewing off at turn 4. Give it to Troy Dotson. So Darrell Lehigh comes home 5th. 4th will go to Rick Gallwood. 3rd will go to 1 Chris Dick and a good run. 2nd will go to 18 Steve Ewing. And coming across the scales, your winner of Street Stock Heat number 1. Race fans, how about a nice round of applause for 21 Troy Dotson. Alongside Travis Johnson. 82 Jim Quinn, 58 Jarrett Murphy, 38 Darrell Dick, and 17 Ronnie Burns. 8 laps, they all transfer to the A main. Green flag. Travis Johnson going to show the way down the back stretch. Here comes 46 Eric Wilson and 82 Jim Quinn. Jarrett Murphy and 58 right there as well. Travis Johnson going to lead lap 1, Jim Quinn 2nd. Eric Wilson 3rd. Wilson will look to the high side of 82, Jim Quinn for the 2nd spot. Quinn will hold him off down the back stretch. Travis Johnson, meanwhile, going to be your leader. Darrell Dick goes to work problems for 46. Eric Wilson sideways. Looks like he's going to continue on. We'll stay under green. Nope, caution out. Check them out. Double J Photos down there as well. So Travis Johnson, Jim Quinn, Jarrett Murphy, Daryl Dick, Eric Wilson, and Ronnie Burns. 2 in the book, 6 to go. Now good battle for that third spot, 38 at Daryl Dick. He'll go to work on Jarrett Murphy. Daryl Dick now to third. Jarrett Murphy back to fourth. Eric Wilson fifth. Jim Quinn going to go to work on 95. Travis Johnson for the lead. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. And Jim Quinn, Daryl Dick right there along with Eric Wilson, Jarrett Murphy, and Ronnie Burns. 3 to go. So Jarrett Murphy will go to work on 46. Eric Wilson for that 4th spot. Good battle side by side down the front stretch. Travis Johnson to the inside, Jim Quinn to the outside. Now battle for the lead heating up. Good battle for 4th as well. 2 to go this time by. Here comes Jim Quinn. The Quinn's towing 82 starting to come to life here in the closing laps of heat number 2. Oh, slide job over there in turns 3 and 4. Travis Johnson to the outside. Jim Quinn to the inside. Quinn will hold it. Check that. Travis Johnson will hold him off. 1 to go. Daryl Dick in 38. Working that high side. Don't throw him out just yet. Final time. Travis Johnson, Jim Quinn, Daryl Dick battled out for the win up at turn number 4. Give it to Travis Johnson. So Eric Wilson comes home 4th. 3rd will go to 38, Daryl Dick. 2nd will go to 82, Jim Quinn. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen of Street Stock, heat number 2, Lightning McQueen, 95 it is, Travis Johnson. 80, Jamie Benton. 6 laps for the Hornets here in heat 1. Crank them up. We're underway. 7 of Matt Myers show the way. K2, Casey Gurnetson. 9, Troy Newberry. Problems for Bus Boom down the backstretch. Newberry in 9, your feature winner at Fairbury last Saturday night. Matt Meyer, Casey Gurnetson, Troy Newberry, and 1A, Luke Althouse, your top 4. Problems for Bus Boom, he pulls to the infield. Here comes Troy Newberry. Newberry's going to go to work on K2. Casey Gurnet's 3 to go. Matt Meyer, Casey Gurnet's, Troy Newberry. 1A, Luke Althouse, 2 to go. The next time by, 2 to go. Same running order, Matt Meyer, Casey Gurnetz, Troy Newberry, your top 3. 1A, Luke Althouse rounds out your top 4. White flag, 1 to go for Matt Meyer. Meyer, Gurnetz, Newberry. Final time off turn 4. Race fans, how about it for Matt Meyer? So 1A, Luke Althouse will come home fourth. Third, we'll go to 9, Troy Newberry. Second will go to K2, Casey Gurnitz. And your winner of Hornet, heat number 1. How about a nice round of applause for 7, Matt Meyer. Then 3:30, Chris Burton. 6 fast laps, 4-cylinder style. Final heat for the Hornets. I believe the mini sprints will be next. They'll look for green off turn 4. We're underway. Deion Smith and Larry Hawkle lock horns down a backstretch. Meanwhile, 3 wide for that 4th spot. Looks like 8 up, Tricia Burton. 0A, Bob Althouse in there as well. Deion Smith going to be your leader. 28, Larry Hawkle work to the inside. Good side-by-side battle for the lead. Deion Smith, the car length back to Larry Hawk. Ben Gurnitz third. Larry Hawk will look to the inside. Deion Smith a step higher. Good battle for the lead. Deion Smith will hold him off. 3:30, Chris Burton rounds out your top 4. Burton fourth, Gurnitz third. Second will be Larry Hawk and Deion Smith, your leader. Good heat race here for the Hornets in heat number 2. 2 to go this time by. Here comes 58, Ben Gurnitz. Got a head of steam down the front stretch. He throws his name in a hat. Deion Smith to the high side. Larry Hawk to the inside. Here comes Ben Gurnitz. White flag will fly, 1 to go. 3:30, Chris Burton around out your top 4. White flag. Deion Smith holding him off. Here comes the charging 58 of Ben Gurnitz. Larry Hawk there as well. Got a handful there to the inside. Gurnitz will go by. He's second. Deion Smith, your leader. He gets together with Gurnitz. They all keep it pointed straight. Off turn 4, a Hornet's nest. Oh, it'll be Deion Smith, Larry Hawk, Ben Gurnitz, and Chris Burton. So Deion Smith will be your winner. Larry Hawk, Ben Gurnitz, I believe, third, and Chris Burton will round out your top 4. Race fans, how about it? For the deuce, Deion Smith. On here in the mini sprint division. 6B, Andy Ball, 9K, Kyle Schuett there in the front row. Derek Schuett and Lucas Sprague. Row number 2, they'll look for green. So the flagman didn't like the start. Looks like the Kyle Schuett. 30S Derek Schuett and 11S Lucas Sprague. First couple of rows. Six B Andy Ball going to show the way. Good side-by-side battle for that second spot. That'll be 30S, Derek Schuett. Battle with the 9S of Kyle Schuett. So Derek Schuett in the 30, second. 9K Kyle Schuett third. 6B Andy Ball, your leader. Looks like fourth will be the 2 of Ryan Welch. Welch will work to the inside of Kyle Schuett in 9K. Here comes 30. That's Derek Schuett. He'll challenge 6B Andy Ball for the lead. Oh, he'll throw a slide job at him over in 1 and 2. Derek Schuett going to show the way. Ball going to go back to second. Trying to answer the call. He won't over in turn 3 and 4. So Derek Schuett going to be your leader. Andy Ball second. Meanwhile, here comes the charging 2. It is Ryan Welch. Welch gets a bit sideways down the back stretch. Second will be Andy Ball. Your leader, 30, Derek Schuett. Andy Ball, Ryan Welch, and Kyle Schuett. Final time around the quarter mile. Into 3 and off at turn 4. Race fans, your winner is going to be the 30. It is Derek Schuett. Second, going to go to Andy Ball. Third to Ryan Welch. Fourth to 9K, Kyle Schuett. So, race fans, how about a nice round of applause? 30S, Derek Schuett, your winner of mini sprint, heat number 1, Derek Schuett in 30. 6 laps for the mini sprints, Jason Harms and Levi Curry on the front row. They'll look for green. We're underway. $52 your leader, Jason Harms. Here on the opening lap, second to be 21, Aaron Andruskevich. Levi Curry third. All cars transfer to the A main. Andruskevich trying to run down Jason Harms in 52. Here comes 21, Aaron Andruskevich. So now Aaron Andruskevich works to the inside of Jason Harms. We get a new leader. 2 to go this time by 2 to go. Aaron Andruskevich now your leader. Harms back to second. Third will be Levi Curry. Fourth to be the 81 of Greg Northrup. Final time. White flag will fly this time by 1 to go for Andruskevich in 21. So they work into 3 and off at turn 4. Race fans, problems for Jason Harms in the final lap. Your winner going to be Aaron Andruskevich. Second, we'll go to Levi Curry. Third, we'll go to 81, Greg Northrup. Problems for Jason Harms on the final laps. He pulled off the speedway. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, of mini sprint heat number 2. How about a nice round of applause for 21, Aaron Andruskevich. 2 transfer to the A main. Brandon Freeberg in 7FZ. Joe Harlan alongside. Top 2 to the A main. Give him green. Here we go. Steve Shepard will work to the inside of Brandon Shepard. Meanwhile, Joe Harlan rockets to the lead. Harder than that Warrior chassis, Friedman race engine. He's going to be your leader. Battle for that second spot. It'll be Kevin Weaver. Freeberg and Shepard will battle it out for that second spot. Give it to Kevin Weaver. Shepard will slip underneath the 7F of Brandon Freeberg. Freeberg will fight back to the high side. Good battle now for that third spot. Shepard and Freeberg side by side. Give it to Steve Shepard. Shepard to third. Freeberg to fourth. Russ Adams fifth. 3 in the books. 6. Check that. 7 to go for Joe Harlan. Joe Harlan, your race leader. Kevin Weaver, second, pressured by 5S, Steve Shepard. Here comes, check that, B5, Brandon Shepard, I apologize. Brandon Shepard will go to work on the KG veteran of Gibson City, Kevin Weaver. Top 2 transfer comes Brandon Shepard. Shepard now to the inside. Weaver to the outside, battle for the transfer spot side by side. Into turn 2, down the backstretch, elbows up. Who's going to the A main? Who's going home? Shepard to the inside, Weaver to the outside. Give it to Kevin Weaver. Harlan continues to lead. Weaver second. Shepard third. Freeberg fourth. Russ Adams fifth. Problems for 56. Rodney Hamlin right in front of your leaders. Harlan and Weaver will go low along with B5 of Brandon Shepard. Shepard gets a good run down the backstretch, closes the gap between him and Kevin Weaver. Top 2 transfer, 2 to go, 8 in the books. Shepard desperately trying to find a way around B12, but Kevin Weaver. Comes Brandon Shepard. Weaver momentarily off the speedway, slide job over in 3 and 4. Looks like he's gonna pull it off, nowhere to go for Kevin Weaver. Caution out. Caution out for Kevin Weaver. Sir chassis Friedman engine. 1 spot out. Top 2 to the A main. They'll look for green. We're back underway. Cars will work down the backstretch. Harlan still showing away. Brandon Freeberg. 1 spot out, he's third. Brandon Shepard now second with 1 to go. Shepard to pull up to the bumper of Joe Harlan down the backstretch. Harlan pulls him down by 2 car lengths. Final time off 4 race fans. The Z Factor out of El Paso. Joe Harlan, your winner. So the Shep's Bar and Grill Shepard car crushing B5. Bob Pierce chassis out of New Berlin. Young Brandon Shepard going to the A main. And your winner of the late model semi-feature number 1. Raby's Professional Carpet Cleaning, DQ of Pontiac. Sponsor the Z out of El Paso. Race fans of the Warrior chassis, Friedman Race Engines. How about it for Joe Harlan? Green flag, we're underway. Hedrick will throw a slide job at Greg Kimmons. Kimmons will go by. Hedrick back to second in the transfer spot. 7M at Kevin Moffitt and 117 at Chuck Mitchell will battle it out for third. Hedrick for the lead. Kimmons holds him off. Greg Kimmons will work the high side. Hedrick will work the inside out. He's in that transfer spot. Meanwhile, 7M and Kevin Moffitt will work to the inside. It's got Chuck Mitchell to the high side. Car length separates your leader, Greg Kimmons, from the 0 car, Richie Hedrick. Hedrick now trying to the inside, to no avail. Greg Kimmons still your leader. Same running order, Greg Kimmons, Richie Hedrick. Here comes 7M of Kevin Moffitt. Moffitt trying to reel in Richie Hedrick here in the late stages of this one. Greg Kimmons continues to lead. Kimmons still your leader, 2 car lengths back to Richie Hedrick. Make it 5 down the front stretch. Kimmons starting to run away just a bit. Meanwhile, Kevin Moffitt trying to reel in Richie Hedrick. Got Chuck Mitchell right on his tail. Now Kevin Moffitt will go to work on 0, Richie Hedrick for that transfer spot. 2 to go this time by 2 to go. For the 27 of Greg Kimmons. Here comes Kevin Moffitt. 2 to go. Top 2 transfer to the A main. Greg Kimmons, Richie Hedrick, Kevin Moffitt, and Chuck Mitchell. Top 2 to the A main, 1 to go. Kevin Moffitt will work to the inside. Can't get by the 0 car, Richie Hedrick. Final time, race fans in 3 and 4. Moffitt will work to the inside. Hedrick right in the middle. Your winner, Greg Kimmons. So out of Urbana going to tonight's feature event, the Hitman. How about it for Richie Hedrick in 0? And your winner of the late model semi-feature number 2. Race fans, he comes across the scale. Please put your hands together for number 27, Greg Kimmons. Got Chuck Mitchell to the high side. Car length separates your leader, Greg Kimmons, from the 0 car, Richie Hedrick. Hedrick now trying to the inside, to no avail. Greg Kimmons still your leader. Same running order, Greg Kimmons, Richie Hedrick. Here comes 7M of Kevin Moffitt. Moffitt trying to reel in Richie Hedrick here in the late stages of this one. Greg Kimmings continues to lead. Kimmins still your leader, 2 car lengths back to Richie Hedrick. Make it 5 down the front stretch. Kimmins starting to run away just a bit. Meanwhile, Kevin Moffitt trying to reel in Richie Hedrick. Got Chuck Mitchell right on his tail. Now Kevin Moffitt will go to work on 0 Richie Hedrick for that transfer spot. 2 to go this time by 2 to go. For the 27 of Greg Kimmins. Here comes Kevin Moffitt. 2 to go. Top 2 transfer to the A main. Greg Kimmins, Richie Hedrick, Kevin Moffitt, and Chuck Mitchell. Top 2 to the A main, 1 to go. Kevin Moffitt will work to the inside. Can't get by the 0 car, Richie Hedrick. Final time, race fans in 3 and 4. Moffitt will work to the inside. Hedrick right in the middle. Your winner, Greg Kimmins. So out of Urbana going to tonight's feature event, the Hitman. How about it for Richie Hedrick in 0? And your winner of the late model semi-feature number 2. Race fans, he comes across the scale. Please put your hands together for number 27, Greg Kimmins. Eight deep. Ben Holson, 8'6", 92. Kenny Carmichael, 16, and Nick Macklin. 32R Richie Rich, 15 fast laps, UMP Sportsman style. Give him green, here we go. Carmichael and Holsel lead him down a backstretch. Problems early for Alan Crowder. Caution out. Caution up. 2 wide, 8 deep, 15 laps. Who's going to be our big feature winner here tonight? Ben Holtz, Kenny Carmichael, we're underway. Carmichael again will show the way down the backstretch. Ben Holtz, Nick Macklin. Here comes C25, Dave Crowley. Crowley worked the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Give it to Kenny Carmichael. Ben Holtz second, Nick Macklin third. Dave Crowley Jr. fourth. Caution out, looks like Rod Rusher and Tim Baum stopped over 5709. Blue ticket 795709. Sportsman feature back underway. This time, Nick Macklin will jump out to the lead. Kenny Carmichael at second. Dustin Mounts will go to the inside of Carmichael. Good battle for that second spot. Cars will work around that top shelf. Nick Macklin will lead him down the backstretch. Carmichael second. Mounts third. Problems for Macklin. He smacks the wall. He'll continue on. So it's Macklin and Carmichael now off the speedway. Problems for Kenny Carmichael allows Dave Crowley Jr. We got a car sideways. Looks like Donnie Sablana to backstretch. So caution out for 46. Dustin Mounts. Dave Crowley Jr. Alan Crowder. We're back underway. So Nick Macklin will show the way. Kenny Carmichael second. Dave Crowley Jr. third. Dustin Mounts fourth. Crowley Jr. slide job on Kenny. Carmichael might have found something there to the inside. Crowley now to second. Carmichael trying to exchange lanes. Carmichael now to the inside. Crowley pushes just a bit. He'll give up that second spot to Kenny Carmichael. Carmichael now stay to the inside, stack him up 3 wide. Here comes Jason Meyer, Dustin Mounts. Mounts and Meyer go side by side for that 4th spot. Mounts pushes just a bit, gives up the 4th spot to 99, Jason Meyer. All Nick Macklin here in the Sportsman feature event. Dave Crowley Jr. second, a good battle side by side. Kenny Carmichael and Jason Meyer throw in Dustin Mounts. Mounts trying to go by the 92 of Kenny Carmichael for position number 4. Mounts a slide job, he's got him. Mounts not a 4th. Mounts going to work the low side. Here comes Dan Flesner. Flesner 4th position. Flesner not a 5th. Kenny Carmichael back to 6th. So Dan Flesner 5th. Dustin Mounts 4th. Jason Meyer 3rd. Second will be Dave Crowley Jr. and your leader going to be 16, Nick Macklin. Now Dustin Mounts and Jason Meyer battle it out for that 3rd spot. Mounts, he might have found something there to the inside. Here comes Dan Flesner. Flesner will pull up bumper to bumper with Dustin Mounts. Got Rod Rusher in hot pursuit. Here comes Rod Rusher. Rusher starting to come to life here late. Flesner will go back to the top shelf. Mounts and Meyer work the inside. Nick Macklin doing a fine job working that top shelf. 3 cars under a blank for that 5th spot. Dustin Mounts, Dan Flesner, Rod Rusher. Here comes 9D of Dan Flesner. Flesner not a 4th. Rusher to 5th, Mounts back to 6th. Dustin Mounts now drops a couple of spots, something going south on that 0-1. He's going to pull off the speedway. Nick Macklin continues to lead. Dave Crowley Jr. 2nd. Jason Meyer 3rd. Dan Flesner 4th. Rod Rusher 5th. 2 to go this time by. 2 to go, race fans. Down the back stretch one final time. Quarter mile to go. 16 of Nick Macklin, your leader. Second to be C25, Dave Crowley. Good battle for 3rd. Second up 3 wide. Here comes Dan Flesner. Flesner will go to work on Jason Meyer and Rod Rusher 3 wide for that 3rd spot. Final lap. Off turn 4. Race fans, your winner is going to be 16, Nick Macklin. Second's going to go to C25, Dave Crowley. 3rd to Rod Rusher. 4th to Dan Flesner. So Rod Rusher comes home 4th. 3rd will go to Dan Flesner. 2nd will go to Dave Crowley Jr. And coming across the scales, race fans, right down front in victory lane. How about it for Nick Macklin?
Anybody here races a Macon wins tomorrow, we're throwing in $100.
Sportsman?
Yeah. No. Anybody that races here that wins tomorrow at Macon will get $100.
All right, race fans, he climbs out. How about it for Nick Macklin? Don't forget about Double J Photos, our track photographer. Double J Photos. We'll get down here and get to work with Nick Macklin. Tell you what, Nick, you did a fine job on that high side. Congratulations. I think you won that race. Thank goodness for restarts.
Yeah, no kidding. I just like to thank my dad, thank everybody for coming out. I love Farmer City. I need to thank my sponsors. I need to thank Greg Roberts, Trevor, and anybody else who's worked on the car.
We did a great job. Congratulations, victory lane. How about it for 16, Nick Macklin? On here tonight, the Farmer City Raceway. What's it going to be? Lance Dame and 144 of Ryan Carey here in the front row. They'll look for green. Off turn 4, race fans, we're underway. Lance Dame will lead him down the backstretch. Ryan Carey bobbled just a bit. Carey gets together with McKay Winger. Jeff Leake will jump to the high side. Lance Dame your leader. Leake second. Winger third. Carey fourth. Ledford fifth. It'll be Gary Turpin and Don Kiger. Jeff Leake going to work on Lance Dame. Good battle down the backstretch, side by side. Lance Dame, Jeff Leake, side by side for the lead. Give it to Jeff Leake. Dame second. Ledford third. Carey fourth. Winger fifth. Jeff Leake out in front of this one. Now Lance Dame finds a groove to the top shelf, pulls it down the front stretch, 2-car length to your leader, Jeff Leake. Jeff Leake, Lance Dame, Jay Ledford, McKay Winger, and Ryan Carey. Carey and Winger lock it up for that fourth spot side by side. Winger now to the bottom, Carey to the high side. Sixth will be Turpin, seventh will be Kiger. It's a 12 of Tim Baum. Still Jeff Leake, your leader. Lance Dame second. Ledford third. Winger fourth. Ryan Carey fifth. Now Winger will take it to the top shelf. Problems and the suspension of 42. McKay Winger. Winger now back to fourth. Carey to fifth. Good battle for the lead. Here comes Jay Ledford. Ledford will work to the inside of Jeff Leake and Lance Dame. Problems for 12 at Tim Baum. Check that. 11 is Zane Odewald. So Ledford, Leake, and Dame under a blanket for the lead. Give it to Jeff Leake. Ledford second, Dame third, Winger fourth, Carey fifth, Turpin sixth, Kiger seventh, Tim Baum eighth, Dane Tilstra, and then it's Steve Ewing and Roger Carey. Trying to find the best line off of turn 4. Jeff Leake continues to lead. Good battle for that fourth spot. Ryan Carey in 144 and 42. McKay Winger. Carey slips up just a bit. Winger will go by to the inside. They'll battle over in 3 and 4. Good side-by-side battle given to Ryan Carey. Carey fourth. Fifth will be McKay Winger. Caution out. Car stopped over in Jay Ledford, Lance Dame, McKay Winger, Gary Turpin, Don Kiger. So Jeff Leake continues to lead. Jay Ledford and Lance Dame run second and third. Turpin and Winger. Winger now work to the top shelf. Tries to work around the 75 of Gary Turpin. Good battle for that fourth spot. Turpin and Winger battle it out. McKay Winger working that top shelf. Side by side with Gary Turpin. Jeff Leake shows the way. 7L of Jay Ledford. He'll run second. Third will be Dame. Fourth now will be Gary Turpin by a nose over McKay Winger. Turpin and Winger starting to dial in D1 of Lance Dame. Dame now will go to the high side. Winger will work to the middle. Turpin's there as well. Good battle for that third spot. Lance Dame, McKay Winger, and Gary Turpin. Meanwhile, Jeff Leake continues to lead over Jay Ledford. Zane Odewald about to go another lap down. See how the cars work through lap traffic. Again, that battle for third starting to heat up once again. Lance Dame, McKay Winger, and Gary Turpin battle it out. Jeff Leake, your leader. Leake working the inside, Ledford as well. So does Dame through 1 and 2. Goes back to the high side in 3 and 4. Leake working through lap traffic. Jay Ledford right on his bumper. Leake, Ledford, Dame, Winger, and Turpin all battling it out. For those top 5 spots, caution out. Car stopped. Steve Ewing, 31, stopped at turn number 4. So good run for Jeff Curl. Moving up 10 spots. 4 to go, race fans, green flag. Here comes McKay Winger. Winger now worked to the high side of 75. Gary Turpin, 3 wide for that third spot. Turpin, Winger, and Dame. Lance Dame third. Gary Turpin fourth. Winger fifth. Turpin works to the inside of D1. Lance Dame. Good battle side by side down the backstretch. Once again, Dame will jump to the high side. Winger right there. Dame pushes. Lance Dame going to hold this spot. Caution out. Problems once again for that H28 of David Henderson. Caution out once again. H28 David Henderson. Lance Dame. Jay Ledford. Running second and third. Trying to catch Jeff Leaka. We're back underway. McKay Winger again will fire to the high side. Work down the backstretch. Lance Dame comes to life. Here to go this time by Jay Ledford. Here comes Lance Dame. Dame will work to the high side. He'll battle Jay Ledford side by side. For that second spot, Leaka's there as well. Leaka and Ledford will pull him down the backstretch. White flag. Keep your eyes on the D1 if he can work it out in 3 and 4. Might have a shot at him down the front stretch. Now Ledford will look at Leaka for the lead. 3 cars under a blanket. Ledford gets in the back at 3L. Jeff Leaka in the final lap. Leaka down the backstretch trying to hold him off. Final time, race fans, cheer him on. Jeff Leaka off of turn 4, looks for the win. Here comes Jeff. Here comes Lance Dame, giving it to Jeff Leaka. Dame will come home third. Winger will come home fourth. Fifth, they'll go to Gary Turpin. So, race fans, exciting feature to finish to that one. But once again, it is Bob Pierce Chassis, Mullins Race Engines, Accurate Towing, sponsored 3L, 9-time track champion. How about it for 3L, Jeff Leaka?
Hey, James, that makes a great photo there.
Well, all-star performance, Ely Transportation, Byerline Garage, Accurate Towing, Pontiac RV, Buda Burt Transmissions. How about it for Jeff Leaka? Well, down here in Victory Lane, I tell you what, Jeff, they made you earn it there. A couple laps ago, you guys were searching for the right lane in 3 and 4. Looked good down the bottom of 1 and 2. Jay kind of let you know he was there, but you held on for a big feature win. Another one here at Farmer City. Great job.
Yeah, I got to say thanks to all the fans coming out here and everybody on my race car, you know. Buddha's in the infield, and Ely, Accurate Towing, Sean Hall back there. I just got to say thanks to everybody on that race car, Bob Pierce Race Cars, and my guys for working so hard.
We did another great job here at Farmer City. Another feature win. Jeff Leaka, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Smith at a Bob Pierce Chassis alongside of 82 Roger Brickler. 22 out of D-Land, Chris Dick. 1W out of Towanda, Donnie Walden. 83 out of Fairbury, Scott Bull. 99 out of Lexington, Jimmy Dame. C out of El Paso, Joe Harlan. 27, Greg Kimmons. B5, Brandon Shepard, and 0, Richie Hedrick. 25 fast laps, UMP, super late model style. 33 of them here on a regular night of racing for you tonight at the Farmer City Raceway. Race fans, cheer them on for 25 laps. Off turn number 4, they'll look for green. We're underway. Jason Fager will work to the top side early. He'll show the way down the front stretch. Unzicker, Friedman, Dylan White, and Derek Chandler, and Kent Robinson. Fager 3 car lengths back to Ryan Unzicker. Darren Friedman will work the inside as well. Derek Chandler right behind him. 54, Dylan White. Kent Robinson at 7R. Works to the high side of Derek Chandler. 2 wide, 2 deep for that third spot and fifth spot. Dylan White to third, Friedman back to fourth. It's all Jason Fager here early on. Now Derek Chandler will go to work on Darren Friedman. Friedman will work to the inside, Kent Robinson to the outside. Good battle for that fifth spot. Meanwhile, here comes 5S Steve Shepard Jr. Jason Fager, Ryan Unzicker, Dylan White, Kid Robinson, and Darren Friedman. Derek Chandler slides up the track just a bit right in front of the charging Steve Shepard Jr. Shepard Jr. now trying to find the best way around. Chandler will work to the top shelf. Friedman will work to the inside. Dylan White slapped the wall over here in turn number 4, allows Kid Robinson to close in. He pushes just a bit again. Here comes Kid Robinson, the young man out of Bloomington, Indiana, side by side with Dylan White for the 3rd spot. Dylan White will work the outside. Kid Robinson to the inside. Good side-by-side battle for 3rd. It's Jason Fager, Ryan Unzicker. 3 cars under a blanket for that 3rd spot. Dylan White, Kid Robinson, Darren Friedman, Derek Chandler, Bobby Pierce, Steve Shepard Jr., Eric Smith, Dennis Herb, and Frank Heckedus Jr. Heavy lap traffic in front of your leaders, but it's all Jason Fager so far. Dylan White 2nd, Kid Robinson 3rd. Good side-by-side battle for that 5th spot. Darren Friedman and Derek Chandler. Right behind them, Bobby Pierce and Steve Shepard Jr. Lap traffic going to play a part in this one. Fager going to try to find a way through it. Jason Fager, Ryan Unzicker, Dylan White, Kid Robinson, Darren Friedman, and Derek Chandler. Now Fager will work to the inside of the lap car of Greg Kimmons. Kimmons will let him go by. Fager will put a lap car between him and Ryan Unzicker. Unzicker will throw a slide job at Kimmons. He's back within 3 car lengths down the front stretch. Meanwhile, good battle. 54 Dylan White, Kid Robinson, Darren Friedman, and Derek Chandler all battle it out. Clear sailing for a while in front of your leader, Jason Fager. Problems for Hedrick to pull up the speedway. Good run for Eric Smith. Smith started 11th. He works underneath the Frank Heckedus Jr. Comes Eric Smith. Smith working hard on that inside. Dylan White and Kid Robinson is where the battle is at. Good side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot. Dylan White, Kid Robinson. 5th will be Derek Chandler. 6th will be Darren Friedman. Fager, Unzicker, Dylan White, Kid Robinson, Derek Chandler. Comes Steve Shepard Jr. Shepard Jr. trying to work by 89 and Darren Friedman as well. Top shelf, the preferred line. Jason Fager now 6 car lengths out in front of Ryan Unzicker. Dylan White 3rd, Kid Robinson 4th, Derek Chandler 5th. Fager now trying to put a lap on Chris Dick. Got about a straightaway advantage. Fager, Ryan Unzicker run 1-2. And it's Dylan White 3rd, Kid Robinson 4th. Derek Chandler a good run in 5th. Steve Shepard 6th. Frank Heckedus Jr. battles with Bobby Pierce for that 7th spot. Give it to Frank Heckedus Jr. Over Bobby Pierce, Eric Smith, Darren Friedman finding problems. He's back all the way to 10th place. Meanwhile, off of 4, Jason Fager continues to lead. Ryan Unzicker 2nd. Good battle as it's been the whole race for that 3rd spot. Dylan White and Kid Robinson. Yet as they work through lap traffic, Jason Fager. 10 car lengths back to 24, Ryan Unzicker. Good side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot. 54, Dylan White, 7 to Kid Robinson. Derek Chandler, and 5S is Steve Shepard Jr. Right behind them, Bobby Pierce and Frank Heckedus Jr. wage war. Dylan White clearly now in 3rd. Kid Robinson remains 4th. Derek Chandler 5th. Problems for Steve Shepard. He slapped the wall. Allows Bobby Pierce and Frank Heckedus to gather him in. Jason Fager, still your leader. Ryan Unzicker 2nd. Believe 2 to go this time by 2 to go, race fans. The triumphant return here to Farmer City. Half a mile to go for the 25 of Jason Fager. Got a couple of lap cars to deal with. Ryan Unzicker trying to reel him in here late. Dylan White 3rd, Robinson 4th, Chandler 5th. Good battle for 7th. 6 to be Steve Shepard. As Fager takes the white flag, 1 to go as he clears Donnie Walden. Hunziker second. We got to go back all the way to Dylan White, who's in third. K-Rob fourth. Chandler fifth. Final time, race fans off of turn 4, the high side hustler. Jason Fager goes back to victory lane here at Farmer City. Ryan Hunziker second. Third place, we'll go to Dylan White. Fourth to Kent Robinson. Fifth, Derek Chandler. Sixth, Frank Heckenus. Seventh, Shepard. Eighth, Pierce. Ninth, Eric Smith. 10th, we'll go to Dennis Herb over Darren Friedman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bob Pierce Chassis Ryan Competition Racing Engines Jackson Chase La Bamba. Sponsored 25, it's the high side hustler, Jason Fager. Protown Automotive, Box Seat Motorsports. Stern Iron Works, Bob Pierce Race Cars, Advanced Racing Suspensions. How about it for the high side hustler, Jason Fager. Also, get a big, for those of you heading out, we do have a couple of features still to come. Big Mother's Day. Got to get Mom in there. Big Mother's Day celebration. We'll jump down here and get a word with Jason. All right, real quick. So Street Stocks come out for the feature event. Down here in Victory Lane, I tell you what, Jason, wire to wire, welcome back to the Midwest. You're on that World of Outlaw tour, and you were doing a heck of a job on that World of Outlaw tour. We're glad to have you back here in the Midwest. You go wire to wire tonight. Last time you were here, you didn't have so much luck, but tonight you put it on them. You're back in Victory Lane. Great job.
Yeah, thanks. Last time we were here definitely wasn't our night. Feels good to get some redemption. We just messed up big time last time we were here. It's all self-inflicted, and it's a brand new race car here. We had to get out down there in Kentucky last week because we had some motor problems with the other one, but wasn't quite really ready to go, and we worked on it this week, and the track was a little different tonight, and I wasn't real happy with the car early, and then in the feature time, the car, we changed a few things, and the car was really good, and hopefully it's a good thing, signs to come in the future. Hopefully this car can stay this fast, and just thank everybody for coming out. Happy Mother's Day, my mom, my grandma, and all the moms out there, and thanks again for everybody coming out supporting Farmer City Raceway.
Well, real quick, let's make it official. Are you going to run the World of Outlaw Tour? Are you going to run the Summer Nationals, be here in UMP country?
I'm off the World Outlaws. They're in Georgia this weekend. We'll be down here for the Summer Nationals and be around the Midwest. I got some Lucas Oil stuff next weekend in Burlington and LaSalle. So we'll be back around home now that everything's starting to get kicked off, and that's where I like it.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you back here. Jason Fager, ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner. 21 of Troy Dodson and 95 of Travis Johnson on the front row. Once again, race fans, you are welcome down to the pit area once all the cars have stopped, once all the features have been completed. Everyone is welcome down to the pit area for autographs. Many of these drivers do have memorabilia, T-shirts, and sweatshirts, so make sure to stop down and see your favorite driver once all the action has been completed. Street Stock feature event coming at you, Troy Dodson, and 21 and 95, Travis Johnson. Give them green, here we go. Oxygen. Travis Johnson going to show the way here in the opening lap. Troy Dodson trying to run him down. Here comes Daryl Dick in 38. What do you think the Pit Stop Cafe as well? The back of that 38 here tonight at the Farmer City Raceway. Troy Dodson will look to the inside of 95. Travis Johnson for the lead. Johnson will hold him off momentarily, but it comes Troy Dodson. Travis Johnson, Troy Dodson, Daryl Dick, Chris Dick, And 82 at Jim Quinn. Oh, got a car in the wall. We're in turn 4, gives up the spot to Doug Burbaum. That was 58 at Jarrett Murphy. 16 of Rick Galwood right behind him. Then it's 71 of Darrell Lehigh, 46 of Eric Wilson. Good battle for the lead, half a car length. 95, Travis Johnson near leader, but it comes Troy Dotson. Side by side for the lead, 2 deep. Now good battle for third, it comes Darrell Dick. Darrell Dick in the 1 car, Chris Dick will battle it out for that 3rd spot. Darrell Dick now to 3rd. Travis Johnson, Troy Dotson. Problems for Doug Burbaum. Look at that piece of driving. Doug Burbaum keeps us under green. Unbelievable. That was amazing. Travis Johnson and Troy Dotson battled out for the lead. Darrell Dick and Chris Dick in 1. Round out your top 4. Jim Quinn in 5th. Good side-by-side battle over in 1 and 2 once again. Troy Dotson to the inside, Travis Johnson to the outside. Here comes Darrell Dick once again in 38. That Pit Stop Cafe 38 machine. Just past the halfway point. Travis Johnson holds him off. Troy Dotson in 21. Works to the inside. He'll show the lead down a backstretch. Here comes Darrell Dick, Chris Dick. Good racing action here in the Street Stock feature event. I don't know. We'll go to the scores. That lap, majority had Troy Dotson. Caution out. Caution on the speedway. As the cars race back to the line, caution. Okay, I'm glad he figured that out. 9 to book, 6 to go. 9 down, 6 to go. Travis Johnson, here comes Troy Dotson again. Darrell Dick, Chris Dick, and 82 at Jim Quinn. 5 cars will battle it out for the lead. Darrell Dick going to take it to the top shelf. Might have a run for that 2nd spot. Here comes Darrell Dick. Darrell Dick in a hurry in 38, working that top shelf. Chris Dick right at his bumper. Here comes Darrell Dick in 38. Travis Johnson continues to lead. Troy Dotson 2nd. Man on the move is at 38. Gets a little high and wide. He'll continue on. Side by side. Good battle for 2nd. Chris Dick right there as well. Now Chris and Darrell lock horns over in turn 2. They'll continue on. That allows Jim Quinn to gather them in. 3 to go this time by. Travis Johnson, Troy Dotson, Darrell Dick, Chris Dick, and Jim Quinn. Darrell Dick getting back up at that horse, remounting it. Trying to make a charge for the lead down the front stretch. 2 to go. Chris Dick, a slide job over in turn 2. Side by side, Darrell Dick will hold him off. Good racing action. Final time, 1 to go for Travis Johnson. Opens the door for Troy Dotson. Chris Dick throwing everything with a kitchen sink at 38 at Darrell Dick. We're going to decide it this time. Travis Johnson, Troy Dotson, Chris Dick off the speedway. Final time off for race fans. It's going to be Travis Johnson, Troy Dotson, Darrell Dick, Jim Quinn, Chris Dick, Jarrett Murphy, Rick Allwood, Darrell Lehigh, and Eric Wilson. Well, a good run, race fans, for 21. Troy Dotson, he comes home 2nd, but your winner, ladies and gentlemen, number 95, Travis Johnson. S&S, a sponsor, as well as Dauberg Bar and Grill. Stan Ferguson, Quality Drywall. How about it, race fans, for Travis Johnson? All right, down here, Victory Lane. I tell you what, Travis, you earned this one. Troy was right on your bumper there for most of the feature. You guys trying to find the best way around, but did a fine job. You got a sharp-looking car here, and you put her in Victory Lane once again. Congratulations here for Farmer City.
Thanks a lot. I want to thank my sponsors, Bobby Nickel Racing Engines, S&S Auto Sales, Stan Ferguson Drywall, and TCA by Full Tilt Race Cars. I don't really like running the bottom, but I felt I had to go to the bottom to get it done. So.
Well, it worked out tonight. You're here in Victory Lane. Congratulations, race fans. Travis Johnson. Pick a favorite to cheer him on. Matt Meyer and Dion Smith, Casey Gurnitz, and K2 at 28, Larry Hawk. They'll look for green off turn 4. Right again, Matt Meyer and Dion Smith. They'll look for green once again. That looks good. Give them green. Here we go. So Matt Meyer and Dion Smith will battle down the backstretch. Casey Gurnitz and Larry Hawk. 2 wide, 2 deep. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Meyer worked the middle of the track. Dion Smith a step higher. Give it to Matt Meyer. Dion Smith. Good battle side by side for that 3rd spot. Troy Newberry in 5th. Comes Chris Burton in 330. So Matt Meyer going to show the way. Dion Smith will work the high side as well. Matt Meyer, Dion Smith, Casey Gurnitz, Larry Hawk, Troy Newberry, Chris Burton, and Ben Gurnitz. Good side-by-side battle now for that 3rd spot. K2, Casey Gurnitz, and Larry Hawk all trying to chase down Dion Smith in 2 and 7 to Matt Meyer, your leader. Matt Meyer, Dion Smith, Casey Gurnitz, Larry Hawk, Troy Newberry, Chris Burton, 58 of Ben Gurnitz, 8 up Tricia Burton, 0A Bob Althouse. Meyer now with about a 7-car length advantage down the backstretch. Matt Meyer still your leader, but lap traffic in front of him. K2, Casey Gurnitz trying to reel him in. Hey. Never mind. Dion Smith running 3rd. Troy Newberry 4th, Larry Hawk 5th, 6th is Chris Burton, 7th is Ben Gurnitz. They work through lap traffic. This one's going to get interesting. Here comes K2 at Casey Gurnitz. They'll work to the inside. Matt Meyer works to the outside. Matt Meyer still shows the way. Casey Gurnitz trying to run him down. Dion Smith 3rd, Newberry 4th, Larry Hawk 5th. Couple laps to go. Two to go this time by 2 to go. Matt Meyer trying to hold off K2, Casey Gurnitz. 2 to go. Dion Smith 3rd, Troy Newberry 4th, Luke Althouse 5th. 6th now Larry Hawk. Problems on the 20H machine. White flag, 1 to go. Here comes K2, Casey Gurnitz. Gurnitz will pull up to the bumper of 7 to Matt Meyer here in the final lap. This one's going to get interesting down the back stretch. Casey Gurnitz trying to reel him in. Final lap, final time. All in, all done. Watch him off at turn 4. Matt Meyer going to be your winner. K2, Casey Gurnitz comes home 2nd. Curry comes home fourth. Dion Smith third. Second to be K2 Casey Gurnetz. Race fans, and your winner. Down here in Victory Lane. How about it for Matt Meyer? Down here in Victory Lane, mini sprints are coming up next. Mini sprints will be next. Here's your lineup. Derek Schuett in 30S. 21, Aaron Andruskevich. 2, Ryan Welch. 6B, Andy Ball. 25C, Levi Curry. 81, Greg Northrup. $9K, Kyle Schuett. 52, Jason Harms. Down here in Victory Lane, I tell you what, Matt, you got it rolling here in the 7. You did a fine job. And the only problems I had, you're working through lap traffic there. Got a bit dicey, but you did a fine job. Come out on top here tonight.
Yep, I got to thank all my fans over there in turn 2, all waving their hands, and my birthday today, so you can't beat this.
Well, happy birthday, 7, Matt Meyer, your feature winner. Don't forget, bring the youngsters back next Friday night. Going to have all kinds of entertainment for the kids. It's next Friday night. Kids Night here at the Farmer City Raceway. For more information, go to farmercityracing.com. Mini sprint features underway. '21 of Aaron Andruskevich jumps out to the early lead. 30S of Derek Schuett second. Andy Ball third. Good battle with that third spot. Here comes the 2 car. That's Ryan Welch. Welch's been strong all night in that 2 cars up to third. Andy Ball goes back to fourth. 52 of Jason Harms into the top 5 spots. So Harms fifth, Ball fourth. Third will be Ryan Welch. Second will be Schuett. Your leader going away, Aaron Andruskevich in 21. So Aaron Andruskevich, your leader. Kyle Schuett, check that. Derek Schuett in second. We'll get back to green flag racing. Once again, Aaron Andruskevich will show the way. Derek Schuett second in 30S. The 2 are Ryan Welch, 52 of Jason Harms. Good run for 7X of Max Posgay. Here comes the 7X in a hurry. Max Posgay started dead last. He's quickly up to 5th. Here comes Max Posgay. 2 of Ryan Welch and 52 of Jason Harms. 3 sprints will battle it out for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms to the inside, Ryan Welch to the outside. Slide job, give it to the 52 of Jason Harms. Harms 3rd, Welch 4th, Posgay 5th, and it's Levi Curry. Aaron Andruskevich in command. He's in 21. Derek Schuett trying to reel him in 30. Searching for the fastest way around this quarter mile. Andruskevich, your leader, becomes the 30S of Derek Schuett. Schuett starting to reel him in just a bit. 2 to go the next time by. 2 to go. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms and 7X of Max Posgay. Posgay coming on here. The closing laps, 2 to go. See if he's got enough time. Aaron Andruskevich, your leader. 30S of Derek Schuett runs second. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms and 7X of Max Posgay. White flag, 1 to go. Andruskevich, your leader. Final time. Derek Schuett trying to reel him in. Final time over in 3 and 4. Here comes Derek Schuett with a head of steam. Does he have enough? Your winner, Andruskevich. Schuett second, Posgay 3rd, Harms 4th, Ryan Welch 5th, and Levi Curry 6th. Race fans right down front. Your feature winner, number 21, Aaron Andruskevich. Well, as he gets unstrapped here in the mini sprint division, race fans, you're all welcome down to the pit area. Want to see your favorite driver, maybe grab an autograph. Don't forget about tomorrow night, the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Also, if any of these winners that have won tonight win at Macon racing tomorrow night, they're going to get an extra $100 from JK Promotions. As he climbs out and gets unstrapped, we'll get down here for one final interview. How about it, race fans, for Aaron Andruskevich? Well, I tell you what, Aaron, you looked great in the heat race. You looked even better. You did a fine job here tonight. You had the 30S breathing down your neck there at the end, but you held them off for a big feature win here tonight at Farmer City.
Yeah, it feels real good. We've blown more motors up this year just trying to get stuff figured out. It's finally good to have a good run tonight.
We did a fine job. Welcome to Victory Lane here at Farmer City. Race fans, Andrew, congratulations. Deion Smith running third. Troy Newberry fourth, Larry Hawk fifth, sixth is Chris Burton, seventh is Ben Gernitz. They work through lap traffic. This one's going to get interesting. Here comes K2 at Casey Gernitz. He'll work to the inside. Matt Meyer works to the outside. Matt Meyer still shows the way. Casey Gernitz trying to run him down. Deion Smith third, Newberry fourth, Larry Hawk fifth. Couple laps to go. Two to go this time by, two to go. Matt Meyer trying to hold off K2, Casey Gernitz. Two to go. Deion Smith third, Troy Newberry fourth, Luke Althouse fifth. Sixth now Larry Hawk, problems on the 20H machine. White flag, one to go, here comes K2, Casey Gernitz. Gernitz will pull up to the bumper of 7 to Matt Meyer here in the final lap. This one's gonna get interesting down the back stretch. Casey Gernitz trying to reel him in, final lap, final time. All in, all done. Watch him off at turn 4. Matt Meyer going to be your winner. K2, Casey Gernitz comes home second. He comes home fourth. Deion Smith third. Second to be K2, Casey Gernitz. Race fans, and your winner, down here in Victory Lane. How about it for Matt Meyer? Down here in Victory Lane. Mini sprints are coming up next. Mini sprints will be next. Here's your lineup. Derek Schuett in 30S. 21, Aaron Andruskevich. 2, Ryan Welch. 6B, Andy Ball. 25C, Levi Curry. 81, Greg Northrup. $9K, Kyle Schuett. 52, Jason Harms. Down here in Victory Lane, I tell you what, Matt, you got it rolling here in the 7. You did a fine job. And the only problems I had, you working through lap traffic there. Got a bit dicey, but you did a fine job. Come out on top here tonight.
Yep, I got to thank all my fans over there in turn 2. all waving their hands, and my birthday today, so you can't beat this.
Well, happy birthday, 7, Matt Meyer, your feature winner. Don't forget, bring the youngsters back next Friday night. Going to have all kinds of entertainment for the kids. It's next Friday night. Kids Night here at the Farmer City Raceway. For more information, go to farmercityracing.com. Many sprint features underway. '21 of Aaron Andruskevich jumps out to the early lead. 30S of Derek Schuett second. Andy Ball third. Good battle with that third spot. Here comes the 2 car. That's Ryan Welch. Welch's been strong all night in that 2 cars up to third. Andy Ball goes back to fourth. 52 of Jason Harms into the top 5 spots. So Harms fifth, Ball fourth. Third will be Ryan Welch. Second will be Schuett. Your leader going away, Aaron Andruskevich in 21. So Aaron Andruskevich, your leader. Kyle Schuett, check that. Derek Schuett in second. We'll get back to green flag racing. Once again, Aaron Andruskevich will show the way. Derek Schuett second in 30S. The 2 are Ryan Welch, 52 of Jason Harms. Good run for 7X of Max Posgay. Here comes the 7X in a hurry. Max Posgay started dead last. He's quickly up to 5th. Here comes Max Posgay. 2 of Ryan Welch and 52 of Jason Harms. 3 sprints will battle it out for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms to the inside, Ryan Welch to the outside. Slide job, give it to the 52 of Jason Harms. Harms 3rd, Welch 4th, Posgay 5th, and it's Levi Curry. Aaron Andruskevich in command. He's in 21. Derek Schuett trying to reel him in 30. Searching for the fastest way around this quarter mile. Andruskevich, your leader, becomes the 30S of Derek Schuett. Schuett starting to reel him in just a bit. 2 to go the next time by. 2 to go. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms and 7X of Max Posgay. Posgay coming on here. The closing laps, 2 to go. See if he's got enough time. Aaron Andruskevich, your leader. 30S of Derek Schuett runs second. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Jason Harms and 7X of Max Posgay. White flag, 1 to go. Andruskevich, your leader. Final time. Derek Schuett trying to reel him in. Final time over in 3 and 4. Here comes Derek Schuett with a head of steam. Does he have enough? Your winner, Andruskevich. Schuett second, Posgay 3rd, Harms 4th, Ryan Welch 5th, and Levi Curry 6th. Race fans right down front. Your feature winner, number 21, Aaron Andruskevich. Well, as he gets unstrapped here in the mini sprint division, race fans, you're all welcome down to the pit area. But to see your favorite driver, maybe grab an autograph. Don't forget about tomorrow night, the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Also, if any of these winners that have won tonight win at Macon racing tomorrow night, they're going to get an extra $100 from JK Promotions. As he climbs out and gets unstrapped, we'll get down here for one final interview. How about it, race fans, for Aaron Andruskevich? Well, I tell you what, Aaron, you looked great in the heat race. You looked even better. You did a fine job here tonight. You had the 30S breathing down your neck there at the end, but you held them off for a big feature win here tonight at Farmer City.
Yeah, it feels real good. We've blown more motors up this year just trying to get stuff figured out. It's finally good to have a good run tonight.
We did a fine job. Welcome to Victory Lane here at Farmer City. Race fans, Andrew, congratulations.